StrayAllDay.com.
You are now tuned into the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day, to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. That is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques, all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called Work on Your Game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is how to be powerful. Yes, how to be powerful. We'll get into where that comes from and where we're going in a moment. But before we do that, let me tell everybody I have a daily motivation text message I send out free of charge every day to everyone who's in my text community. If you want to receive this message guaranteed to keep you focused, sharp, and on point, just send me a text at the number 305-384-6894. And every day when that goes out, you'll be receiving it. Secondly, if you have not yet gotten your ticket to my next event called Work on Your Game Live, it is happening Miami, Florida, February 3rd and 4th, 2023. All you got to do to get your ticket is go to workonyourgame.live. Workonyourgame.live. You can see all the information about the event, all the information about what is going to happen at the event, where it's going to happen. I already told you it's happening in Miami. All the details, all that stuff is covered right there on that page, and you can get your ticket right there. Again, that's at workonyourgame.live. That's where you get your tickets to the next event, Work on Your Game Live, where you will be coming away with three things: higher level of performance, the consistency to perform at that high level consistently all the time with little variation, and how to get the ROI from your performance, how to actually make the money, get the happiness, the success, the achievement, whatever it is that you want from your performance. All of that's happening over 2 days in Miami, February 3rd and 4th, workonyourgame.live. And third, if you have not yet gone in to see my free training that covers the 5 key things that the top level performers are doing for their businesses that most people are not doing, go watch that free training for free by going to workonyourgame.net. Set aside 45 minutes of time to watch the training. At the end of that training, for those of you who are interested in working with me in my university, my coaching program, there's a button that's going to come up for you to schedule a call. That is again at workonyourgame.net, where you get access to that. So that says, getting into the topics. The topic today again is how to be powerful. First of all, let's get a definition of this word power. Power is defined as the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. So what we're talking about here today is how you can be this person who basically can do what you want to do as a performance metric, and also do what you want to do as a mentality. That's what we're going to cover here today. I don't need to give too much more background on this one, because I mean, the word powerful, I think all of you have an idea of what that word means. You may have your own definition. I just gave you the dictionary definition. Let's just get into it, because everything I'm going to say here is going to be in my points. Point number one, topic once again, is how to be powerful. Number one, believe that you are. Number one thing you have to do to be a powerful individual is believe that you are a powerful individual. Everybody needs to remember that success is built from the inside out, which means in order to be anything, that thing must first exist in your mind before you can become it. After you have become it in your mind, then you begin to embody it through your energy, spirit, emotions, and thoughts. But it starts with the way that you think, and it starts with your conscious thinking. Then you embody it through your energy, the way you're carrying yourself, the way you're thinking consciously, your spirit, your emotions, and your thoughts eventually, which will become your subconscious thoughts, which control 85% of what happens in between your ears anyway, the subconscious. But the conscious, it starts with you choosing to think about it. Then you start thinking about it involuntarily. That's the subconscious, the 85%. Then, after you do all of that, you will start taking actions that coincide with this energy that you have embodied. Then, because of those actions, we all know what happens when you take actions, you get a result. Every action is equal and opposite reaction. So when you take certain actions, you get a result, you get an outcome from that action. So the first step of becoming powerful is believing that you are a powerful individual who can do things and act the way that you want to, and you can do things in the way that you want to do them, however you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. And the first is the belief that you are capable of being this individual. That's where we start. Many people say that they want to be powerful, yet at the same time they're saying it, they don't actually believe that they can be powerful. Because it's one thing to say that you think something or that you want something. It's another thing to believe that it is a real possibility for you and it's a real possibility in your life. Has any of you ever been a person or known a person who talked about something that they said they wanted, but then when you watched their actions or you just observed their energy, you notice that they didn't seem to quite believe it, even though they were saying it? And again, maybe some of us at times have been this person, but you've definitely seen people do this. And you can tell how much power a person thinks they have simply by the way they conduct themselves. Even if you don't know a person, even if you never talk to a person, you can just tell by the way a person carries themselves, the kind of energy that they bring with them to a situation. It tips you off to how much power that person thinks they have. Again, definition of power is the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. This has nothing to do with controlling or imposing your will on other people. This is just about the way that you're conducting yourself. And people let on how much power they think they have just by the way that they carry themselves on a day-to-day basis. Power is an energy, folks. It's a way of being more than it is a tangible thing. So it starts with the belief. Point number 2, topic once again is how to be powerful. Second thing you got to do is play offense and not defense. This is once again a mindset. And what I mean by this is the following. Never let anyone or anything dictate to you or force your hand. And again, this is much more of a mentality than it is a tangible action step. Playing offense is a way of thinking. What I mean when I say playing offense, it means you are on your toes and ready to move forward. You are in an aggressive state of mind. You are in a forward moving state of mind. That's what I mean when I say playing offense. I talked about being aggressive in episode 1223. The title is literally Be Aggressive with an exclamation point. Episode number 742. If you're not going to be aggressive, get out of the way. Episode 420, getting aggressive to make shit happen, i.e. interrupting patterns. So we talked about aggression many episodes here on the show, and that's what I'm talking about here when I say play offense, not defense. And aggression is not a negative thing, folks. I know many people have been socialized and conditioned and taught that being aggressive is a bad thing, or that you only be aggressive when somebody starts by being aggressive with you first. I offer you, on the contrary, you want to be aggressive before anybody or anything gets aggressive with you. You want to be aggressive with life, and you want to move first before life or anyone else moves on you. And don't allow life or others to dictate or force your hand. You force their hand. This is also more of a, again, mindset than a tangible thing. So playing offense, again, being a way of thinking, you're carrying yourself in a way that communicates to others, that you do not allow life or people to dictate to you, whereas instead you dictate to life and others. You're not allowing them to set the tone and tell you what the parameters are. You are setting the tone and telling life what the parameters will be. Definition of offense is the action of attacking someone or something. So playing life on offense means you're moving forward, happening to things rather than being on your heels and having things happen to you. You stay on top of things instead of things being on top of you. And again, this doesn't mean that there is not a time in life to play defense. There definitely is. But again, this is a mentality. This is the mentality. Playing offense means you're the initiator rather than the one who is initiated against. Powerful people happen to things. They don't have things happen to them. And you're a powerful person. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is how to be powerful. Number 3, have options and alternatives. All right, this is having options and alternatives is a matter of resourcefulness and insight rather than a matter of tangible possessions. Options and alternatives. Again, those two words, resourcefulness and insight, rather than your tangible possessions. So when you're a powerful individual, again, remembering that this is a mindset, this is not about anything that you materially possess. When you're a powerful individual, you are never out of options. I mean, think about that. Think about the most powerful people who you know of, or most powerful people who you know personally. Have you ever seen that individual with no options? Have you ever seen that person with no alternatives and everything's completely out of their control? Have you ever seen that person in that state? I would guess that your answer is probably no. because if they're a powerful individual, they by definition never get into that state, never get into a position where they don't have any options, never get into a position where they don't have any alternatives. That's the very reason why they're powerful, because they always have options, they always have alternatives. When you are powerful, you never are in the position of having no options. You always have alternatives of things that you can do, even when the situation seems dire, and most people would just give up and quit and allow whatever narrow option or alternative remains for them, senor, they would allow that to dictate the terms to them. Most people would do that, but this is why most people are not powerful. Powerful people never put themselves in this position, and again, putting yourself in this position. I didn't say allow themselves to be in this position. I didn't say they find themselves in this position. They never put themselves in this position, because this is a mentality. And the good thing about mentalities, folks, is that you always have 100% control over it. You do not control all of your material possessions at all times. Somebody can steal something from you. You don't control situations, because situations involve other people and environments that you can't always know what they're going to do. You definitely can't control other people. Other people can be unpredictable. Even the most predictable, reliable person you know might do something that you didn't expect. We've all had that happen. But one thing that you can always control is yourself. And when I say yourself, what I mean is your mentality. You can always control what's going on in your head. So this mindset has nothing to do with your material possessions, how much money you have, how many friends you have, or who is willing to help you, or who's trying to stop you. It has nothing to do with any of those. It starts in the mind, and all of those things are influenced by what's going on in your head. So as you listen to this right now, even if you don't have a ton of material possessions at your disposal, you can still be a powerful individual just by putting yourself in a powerful frame of mind with the points that I've talked about here today. Just by being in this frame of mind, you will start to think of and come up with alternative options for yourself, even when you're in what seems like a dead-end situation. You'll start to come up with alternatives for yourself that you would never have seen when you were in a weak and defensive frame of mind. So if you read between the lines of what I'm saying here, which I'll do for you right now, is that when you put yourself in a powerful frame of mind, you have more options and you see more choices for yourself than when you're in a weak frame of mind. Robert Greene talked about this in his book, 48 Laws of Power, my favorite book of all time. In his chapter on boldness, he talks about how when you are feeling weak and timid and afraid and back on your heels, that mindset puts obstacles in your way, because everything that comes up all of a sudden becomes an obstacle, an impediment to your achievement. But on the other hand, when you're in a bold, aggressive, forward-thinking, powerful frame of mind, there are no obstacles in your way. All those obstacles get moved out of your way. And understand that this is the exact same situation, just two different frames of mind. When you're in a weak frame of mind, anything that possibly happens is an impediment to your success. But when you're in a powerful frame of mind, anything that happens gets out of your way, because you already know exactly where you're going, exactly what you want. You're in a frame of mind and nothing's going to stop you. And all of a sudden, the same things that are obstacles to the weak person are they're like ants on the ground to a powerful person, even though they're both in the exact same tangible situation. So let's recap today's class, which says how to be a powerful individual, with power defined as the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. Number one, believe that you are actually powerful. Remember that success happens from the inside out. So in order to be anything, it must first exist in your mind. Many people say they want to be powerful, but they don't actually believe it. It doesn't exist in their mind, even though it's coming out of their mouths. Remember that power is an energy and a way of being. It is not a tangible thing. Number two, play offense, not defense. Definition of offense is the action of attacking someone or something. People who play on offense, powerful people, never allow anyone or anything to dictate to them or to force their hand. And they carry themselves in a way that lets the world and other people know that that's something that's outside of their standards and outside of their boundaries. Doesn't mean there isn't a time in life to play defense, but it is more about the mindset of being an initiator rather than the one who is initiated against. And number three, have options and alternatives. And this is a matter of resourcefulness and insight in your mind rather than it is one of tangible possessions. When you're a powerful person, you are never completely out of options. There's always an alternative. There's always something else that you can do and another way to get what you want. And this is the very reason why you are powerful, because you have this mentality. Just by being in this frame of mind, you will see alternatives and options for yourself, especially in challenging situations that you would never have seen if you were in a weak and defensive frame of mind. So these are all, again, mental choices that you get to make on a moment-by-moment basis. With that said, text me to get my daily motivation for free straight to your phone every morning. My number is 305-384-6894. And get your ticket to Work on Your Game Live by going to workonyourgame.live, 2-day event in Miami. Mindset, strategy, systems, and execution is what we'll be covering there. And third, go to workonyourgame.net, get access to my free training, the top 5 things the top earners are doing in their industries and in their businesses that most other people are not doing. I'll tell you exactly what those things are and how you can apply them to your business. Also give you a chance to schedule a call to talk with me about joining Work on Your Game University. That's all at workonyourgame.net. Work on your game. Dre all day.